None of us really know. None of us really know.
I know.
No, I know. Perfect timing, Keith.
Keith, what's up?
Your favorite movie of all time, F9.
Oh, good.
How is there any other choice than Remember the Titans being number one?
I'm curious.
I'm spoiling mine, but
Well, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's a good, good
I'm
question,
not even
Brian.
done talking.
you shouldn't be talking at this point. Hello, everyone. I almost forgot to mute myself. Welcome to Apocaflix Movies and Apocaflix Now. I'm Brian. I'm hosting. We let the inmate run the asylum today. But yeah, thank you for being here. We got some fun stuff to talk about. I hate hosting with Jake here because Jake doesn't say anything; he just makes faces, and it throws me off. But thanks for being here. We're gonna have a fun little conversation tonight about some Thor and some Fantastic Beasts, because shockingly, all of us have seen it. But before we get there,
All five of us when Keith arrives too.
oh yeah, and Keith too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like a first in like 2 years, guys.
Well, I invited Gio last minute to go with me and Keith, so I'm glad I did.
Yes. And
outside of our movie, outside of the ones we go and see together, like the theater stuff, this is the first time we've seen a big budget movie, all five of us
Like,
on opening weekend.
On the same weekend, yeah.
that's
Life.
I
Hashtag
It
life.
took Fantastic Beasts to make it happen.
Yeah.
What a movie to celebrate that.
Yeah,
Huh?
seriously. But before we get started, Gio, how you doing in your new home?
That's right, guys. I officially made the move after talking about it what felt like for years, but it was actually
He's finally shut up
couple
about it
of
because he made it
months.
happen.
Yep.
Yay.
I am no longer a resident of Rockland. I am now a resident of downtown Sacramento.
Yeah,
and
you
so
are.
it's been a very busy 5 days for me. But I'm happy it's done. I'm clearly still setting up. You don't see any of my amazing posters to that amazing movie yet.
That is the best
But-
background you've had yet.
Thanks,
That's
man.
Justice League football.
Tell me what else. Tell me how you really feel about everything else while we're on here. Okay, like you've been hiding.
Have you
So
gone
all
to
I
work?
ask is that you show like fair representation of all your fandom, not just one thing that you love, you know?
But
He's gonna be like, well, I mean, look, I got football right here.
yeah, got a
exactly,
football.
yeah.
Look, see? First round
Supporting-
fantasy, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's supporting you, Jacob. Oh my god. Have you left? Have you gone to work from your new place yet?
I have driving,
How nice
including
is
red
that?
lights. It's about 5 minutes.
Wow.
That's awesome.
With-
Might as
Without
well
it, like,
walk.
3 minutes. Yeah, I'm waiting. I think tomorrow I'm gonna walk to work, and it'll take me about 15 minutes. So
That's
huge
awesome.
saver on gas.
I'm gonna get you a razor. So I'm gonna get you.
No, the city has those
Birds.
scooters,
Birdies.
with the app, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Just
So
Gio,
some
I would
Clorox
I would highly recommend not touching those because there might be some hobo disgustingness on them.
That's what I just said. Pack some Clorox wipes with you. They wipe the whole thing down.
Yeah,
It'll be
Man,
good.
You guys are great.
They're fun. They are fun,
You
but
just-
they might be dirty.
There's
You
always
guys
a party
take the
pooper.
fun out of.
I know.
Man.
Gio, you need to just get. I always see people in
I want
Sacramento.
to make sure you don't get rabies or something, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Oh
I can
my
never tell with
goodness.
Jake, man. Sometimes
I always
has
see
it
around
option.
Sacramento the one wheel that's like in the middle of a skateboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. the big wheel. My
feel like I would
brother
fall if
rides
I
that.
did
I tried it.
too.
Like I can't. I'm terrible with skateboards. I can't even do that. No.
Just do the. Is this not Segway? The ones with the
Yes.
two wheels on the
Yes.
side.
Segway.
Yeah. We just drive by CGO with the stuff.
I'm telling you,
know,
man. I'm getting you a razor scooter. It's happening.
Motor
Perfect.
one?
No, what? I don't have that much money. What the hell?
Come on,
yeah.
Jake. Yeah.
I'm sure those are still expensive.
Yeah, I don't want to hit
I'll
my,
strap something to the back of it. It's a little, MacGyver.
I
Like
want
a
to
little
hit my
fan
shin
thing?
on the razor.
Oh God, the old shin hits.
I have a fan on the
that's
side
a
yard. Just
fan
plug
on
it
the-
in and go. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Jake, how you doing? Obviously not at home.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
are house sitting this week. Well, it's technically dog sitting. Little Howard needs a friend this week, so I'm over here dog sitting, and no, I mean it works out. I'm here, Gabby's here every other night, and we switch off so we can spend time with the dogs. And tonight is my night with the show. It works out. Other than that, I'm good. I had a nice little vacation, the first time in forever.
Where'd you
over the
go?
weekend. I played Pebble Beach Golf Course.
Nice.
Yeah, so if any of you golf nerds out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Greatest experience I have had in my golf life so far. Incredible. I wish I could go into more detail about it, but it would be about 15-20-minute conversation about it. But no, I'm excited. I got to see Fantastic Beasts the night before I left. This week, I'm seeing one of the most anticipated movies of my life in The Northman. I am so excited. But no, I'm ready to talk some movies. Thor: Love and Thunder. Can't wait.
Jake, when are you going?
Ooh.
Well, I was going to talk to you guys about it after the show, but I'm
Okay.
planning on going opening Thursday night. That's what I'm doing. I'm going for it. So
Where? Which theater?
we could talk. I'm not revealing my location to anybody.
Jacob.
Yeah,
All
people
right.
can come find us.
Jacob,
Yeah,
Gio, now that you're down here, the Sacramento's back in the majority.
the
Yeah.
downtown theater's not
We got
bad.
Esquire.
Downtown
We
theater's
got
not bad.
Arden. And
What are you
that's
talking about?
actually
We go to
Downtown.
Esquire for every movie. What the hell?
I'm just
That's
saying.
true.
Why is it still? It's the majority even when there's not people in Sacramento.
Yeah, but
That's
now
true.
it's more convenient for me because I don't have to
Yeah,
drive.
for you.
Yeah, Gio won't show up late. You know.
Oh man,
Mr. Bartley, how you doing?
I'm pretty well, man. I now have a location hub in downtown I could go to anytime I want, and like if I'm out downtown, I could just, hey Gio, I'm drunk, man. I'm coming over, and I'll just go sleep on. I'll just go sleep on Gio's floor. No, we'll be out together having fun. But it's pretty cool, like because we went to the downtown theater to watch Fantastic Beasts, and I was like, "How far are you from here?" He's like, 3 minutes. I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." That because the downtown area is so, regardless of bad things happening down there, like that area where the arena is and the theater is so nice over there. So that's really cool.
Yeah, Doko's pretty cool.
But I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to realize there's too much TV to watch. I can't keep up with it.
No,
Like
there's not.
Jake keeps up with it somehow, some way. But like I'm
He
watching,
never does anything. That's why
I'm
he
watching
has
like
all-
Better Call
I
Saul
can't even
season
say it.
4. I'm watching Severance on Apple TV, like which I'm really into. And then I just started watching Winning Time on HBO Max, which
You're only
I'm a
watching
Lakers
3?
fan. Well, no, there's more, but I'm just saying, like those 3, like I can't keep up with them. I'm just trying to finish all 3 at the same time. But Winning Time, I was waiting to watch it because I'm a Lakers fan, and I started watching it, and it is freaking amazing. If you haven't watched, like, I don't care if you're not a Lakers fan or a basketball fan, it does not matter. Like, it's so damn good, and it's Adam McKay, and it's good Adam McKay. To keep it simple, it's good Adam McKay. So if you haven't checked out Winning Time, I highly recommend it because it does not hold back. It is very I don't know how to explain it. It's raunchy, but also like it seems realistic. So check it out if you haven't.
Last week's show was the recommendation show. Sorry.
Yeah, I missed it. So that's why I'm giving my recommendations here.
Okay.
No, but
Okay.
it's because I had been thinking the last couple of days, like I keep rotating in between shows, like trying to finish all 3 of those shows. And I'm like, I just need to knock one out and then move to the next one. or something.
Rotating.
I don't know.
is the
How do you
best
do it,
thing to
Jake?
do.
What's your
Rotating is the
secret,
best
Jake?
thing. I'll never reveal my secret. Rotating is the best thing. And I know Brian
Jake
freaked out
like
about it in the
watches
comments, but
shows while he's sleeping or something. I don't know.
No.
This is great. Outer Range is great. Great.
What is that?
I've already
on?
seen the first
Josh-
episode.
Josh Brolin.
Fire. It's a Prime Video series.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard of it. I want to watch it. Jake, you don't
Prime
watch Severance?
Video. No, I don't watch Severance. Prime Video
Oh, okay.
behind Prime Video and Apple have the best track record for shows so far. Of all the stuff I've watched from those services, and I know we're not supposed to be talking about this, but all the stuff I've watched, they haven't had a miss for me so far. I've liked everything I've watched on those services, and I haven't watched everything.
Yeah,
but
of course.
everything I jump into, I like on Prime and Apple. I can't say the same thing about Netflix. Disney, it's different with Disney because it's MCU and Star Wars essentially.
Dude,
So-
Netflix is.
yeah.
No.
Netflix has too much. That's the problem. They need to focus on a specific set of
Yeah.
stuff, but they try to do so much stuff at once. Anyway, let's move on. Brian,
Brian,
how are you?
you? Yeah, exactly. Jinx.
Jake's saying that because he knows what happened today.
Sure
Gio-
do.
Gio and Jacob don't know.
Is it
I got
good,
pepper
bad?
sprayed at work today.
What?
So yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be laughing. But
No,
I'm just
it's fine. I know. Everyone laughs and it's just like,
Well,
yeah.
hold on a second. I work at the same
Jacob, did you
I
get
know.
pepper spray too?
physical location
No.
that you work at. Our
Yeah.
campuses are almost separate, other than when his kids come over and terrorize my kids on my side. But
Yeah, that was the thing. I broke up a fight, and everything
Don't
was
reveal
going
too much just because of privacy stuff.
No, I know.
Yeah, of
I broke
course,
up a
yeah.
fight, and then a girl decided to just come over and pepper spray the kid that she didn't like, and I was standing right next to him, so I got hit with it. So
Oh, I thought
my
it was like
goodness.
directly you. So it was indirect. You were indirectly hit.
yeah, I got like X. No, I can't wear a
Yeah.
hat at work, so that wasn't the reason. But yeah, it was not fun. I got to go home early though, so that was nice. But
So it
your
really
eyes-
wasn't
Silver
bad.
lining, man. Love it.
Wasn't
I-
that
hey,
bad. Brian, what
you
was
gotta
worse?
look-
Brian, what was worse? The sunburn or the pepper spray?
Probably
be
the
a sunburn.
sunburn. The
Yeah,
sunburn.
that's what I thought. That's what I
was
thought.
not-
Wait,
It was
did
bad.
Jake slap you on the back while you had a sunburn? Because
No, at my track meet, I got like legit second degree burn,
oh my
sunburn.
goodness.
I have the most gnarly, like, I think it would rival Jake's sock tan.
No, nothing rivals that, bro.
I know, and that's saying it right now because,
And I'm proud to say nothing rivals that.
Are
yeah,
you like
I
gonna show us? You're actually
I was, and then I was
Absolutely
like,
not. Absolutely
I was
not.
like,
look. He
I
was
gonna
getting
sh-
ready to show us.
I was, and then I was like, no,
we were about to
that's
see
some feet.
Brian's leg come up on screen, you know?
Yeah,
But
I was
Brian,
like,
you're
no,
okay though. You're okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
That's
It was
good.
just- yeah, thank God. Honestly, the glasses would help. Thank God.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, nice.
But yeah, it was
Man.
gnarly, and it
That's
was like
crazy.
10 o'clock in the morning, so it was like just started the day. So,
Wow.
but yeah, but
Hey,
yeah,
before we get to our topics, can I ask you guys something? Because I'm, and this is for everyone in the chat too, because we're talking about stuff that we watch and the struggle and whatnot. Part of my moving in process was also cleansing my
Yeah, dude.
subscriptions because I have so many subscriptions. I don't watch as much things as I used to. So I got rid of Netflix. I canceled that. Canceled Disney Plus. Canceled Hulu, ESPN Plus, and I intend on signing up for Hulu Live TV, which also includes Disney Plus, ESPN Plus,
Mhm.
and live sports and television. Like, do you guys have any exposure with Hulu Live TV, or do you guys use Sling or
I just do the Disney
YouTube
bundle.
or-
So
Huh?
I do that Disney bundle where it's Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus for 20.
right? See, that's what I did too. But I'm like, I want to watch the NBA playoffs, when sports, like football and whatnot. And so I was just
I don't
trying
want.
pick
I don't
your
want to
guys'
spend too
brain.
much time on it, but I will say that I pay for Xfinity. I am one of those people that has to have the live function television in my house.
Same.
Just mainly because I record shows, and like Gab and we record shows and we watch them together, etc. But my dad has YouTube TV, and I know Jacob's had it in the past, or maybe
I still have
has
it. Yeah.
And
expensive,
YouTube TV is great. But Gio, we can talk. Maybe I'll give you a discount to some of my passwords.
You have to watch this guy. He's a little sneaky.
Yeah, he's gonna
well, I was
like-
gonna say I have YouTube TV. It's great. It basically functions like cable, and you can like hop on your phone and watch anything. But it's $65 a month. So find someone to split it with, maybe.
Yeah, I gave him my password to Hulu, and there's like 97 registered devices to it. But
Don't use it anymore, though. You can delete all those
Knowing-
devices, Brian.
knowing Jake, he called.
you guys don't use Hulu?
We use I found out my sister has a Hulu account, so we jumped on hers.
Oh, sweet.
Might
All
as well.
right. Yeah. But we're going to move on to the movie watching challenge. Are you going to click the button?
The host is supposed to click a button.
You are always the one that's like, I'm
Jacob,
the button
tell me
clicker.
right now. Jacob, tell me right now. Who clicks the button, Jacob? Who clicks the button?
All right, we have an ongoing bit where I start talking really slow because I'm bringing up the the banner. But there we go, we got it.
Jake has always, since I've been on shows, wanted to be the button
not for the last
clicker.
like 6 months. The host.
Well,
has
that one
always clicked.
specifically, we switched to host.
Yep.
But
Interesting. Yep. Set me up for sabotage on my first hosting night. But
I mean, you're 6 months late, bro. So I don't know what to tell you.
Damn.
Hey.
Clearly, Brian doesn't read the notes. That's
it's not
what
your
happens.
fault, Brian.
Were there notes today?
It's been in the notes.
Okay, thanks. That's what I thought. Okay, so J.O. was challenged to
love
a
that he's
movie
wrong, but he's trying to make it
called
feel right.
Copland. I don't know. I've never heard of this movie. And he did a review about it, and it is up on the channel. So if you want to hear his thoughts on Copland, go
I need
ahead
to
and
watch that movie.
check it out. I don't even know who's in it.
Stallone, De Niro, Liotta, Ray
It's
Liotta,
directed by James Mangold, right?
Robert Patrick. Yeah, the only thing I'll say
Almost
to tease is this was a very early sign of the type of filmmaker James Mangold would turn out to be today. I mean, just impressive and worth a watch.
So you hated it. So
Quickly for the people, Gio, did you love it as much as I thought you would love it?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, I was blown away by the performance that Sylvester Stallone gave. Mind you, watching it almost 25 years later, having seen a lot of Stallone movies, including Creed, and the fact that he should have won an Oscar for that. I mean, he's damn good in Copland. Damn good.
Yep. Agreed.
well, that's cool. I still don't know anything about this movie.
What if I told you there's a post-credits scene involving Nick Fury? Would you watch it?
Probably not. Before we get going, Mr. Jimmy Freckles, hello. Thank you. Watch Ragnarok teaser trailer again. I'm gonna assume you meant Love and Thunder.
No, I think he's talking about
no,
the
no.
Ragnarok.
Talking about
trailer.
Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
About Love
You
and
meant
Thunder
Ragnarok.
made him go back to
And
Ragnarok.
I think he's
Okay.
right. It with that music.
As far and we'll get into it, but the
Yeah.
teasers themselves, I agree. I like the Ragnarok one more. But that's just
yeah.
I
but
don't
that's
even remember it,
high
to be
bar.
completely honest.
Immigrants, man.
So now that Gio has watched his movie, he gets to challenge someone. Might be someone here. I have no idea. But Gio, go ahead.
Unfortunately, it is no one here. I have
Hmm.
challenged Mr. Keith Barnes to a movie that I know I'm very high on. I know Jake is pretty high on. Maybe
I
not
gave it a
Ford v
perfect 10.
Ferrari.
I gave it
Huh?
a perfect 10 when I saw it.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
That perfect 10 is Ron Howard's Rush, starring Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, now you want to push the buttons? I was ready
And-
for that one.
Daniel Bruhl. Brian.
Oh my God! Look at
care to
Daniel
chime in?
Bruhl.
Yeah. Daniel Bruhl as Nicky Lauder. Man, he's incredible.
I would have
But-
never in a million years thought that was Daniel Bruhl.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like him at all.
I know, yeah, but it doesn't look like him at all. Wait till you watch the movie, and yes. Anyways, yeah, great movie. I enjoyed it so much. I caught on to it late, a couple years after it released, but so glad I watched it. Keith, if you're watching right now, there you go. You've been challenged. Enjoy. Turn on that surround sound, that sound bar, and have a blast.
Okay, everyone is loving the challenge. When was this movie made?
2013.
2013.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
2013.
that cover looks
Rush.
like it's.
It got
Yeah,
Ron
it
Howard
was-
it got Ron Howard an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, it was a big deal when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Olivia
we knew Brian
Wilde
then,
is
though,
also
right?
in it. There's a couple of, what? Say that, Jacob. Go ahead.
I don't think we knew Brian then, though, right?
No, not in
2013.
2013. No.
I wasn't even in Sacramento yet.
Oh, I don't even know if we met yet. Like, if we met Jake yet, or shortly.
It was
after
probably
that.
around the same Probably around the same time.
Yeah, December 2013.
Well, I remember
think,
people
yeah.
made such a big. I think this was the movie that people realized how good of an actor Chris Hemsworth is.
Well,
like-
it's funny, yes, because it came after Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like another movie that kicked him up a little bit after that movie kind of didn't do so well.
Yeah.
But the big deal with this one, it was Daniel Bruhl. He actually stole the film.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but I think he may have been nominated for an
might have
Oscar.
been.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone can
goodness.
check that for me.
Hemsworth wasn't, but I think Brohl was.
Hemsworth was
Yeah.
not, but it was, and he played the role to the T, like exactly like you expect him to and should have. The character of James Hunt, great character.
Oh,
and
it was.
spent a lot of time with Olivia Wilde as the love interest, but Daniel Bruhl is the person in the film that stands out the most as Niki Lauda. But their relationship in the film is brilliant. So it's one of my favorite Ron Howard films. Period.
So is this Ford v Ferrari with fast cars?
It's very different. It's much more about the personal relationships rather than the racing.
The rivalry.
It's much more about the James Hunt Niki Lauda relationship through the years,
I'm a
and their
little
comeuppance
surprised-
through F1 stuff.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Keith hasn't seen this. To be honest, that's crazy.
Yeah, it does. So it does justice to F1 racing, just as Ford v Ferrari does justice to the actual car side of racing. Both have great race sequences. The intensity, kind of how it's filmed, the cinematography is outrageous. Yeah, I remember this movie coming out and people being like blown away by how good it was because it was directed by Ron Howard, right? Ron Howard did some great films, but he also did some movies that were kind of like the blockbusters, right? And he absolutely murdered it with this movie. So
Interesting. I'm looking at it. I actually have my interest quite piqued. I'm gonna have to watch this. But yeah, that is what Gio is challenged Keith to. Rush. Before we get into anything else, we got some shows throughout this week. What? Jake, did you make a face?
no,
Am I doing it in the wrong spot?
I'm
Like you
listening.
got one eye on Jake and one eye on the
Because
I'm just sitting. Here
I'm a
listening.
nerve. I always get nervous hosting now, but it's fun, whatever. But yeah, we got some stuff going on this week. We have tomorrow, Moon Knight, Marvel Rewind, episode 4. It is the last episode that everyone has seen as far as critics and everyone. No one knows what happens after this one, so I'm very excited to see where this takes us. Probably a cliffhanger. But yeah, so check that out tomorrow. Hopefully, as many of us as possible will be there. 6:30, right? No, 6:30.
6:30 p.m. Yep.
6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Gio, go ahead. You can take what you do on Thursday.
That's right. On Thursdays, Mr. Sean Wingblade from Flick and Reel and myself, and sometimes Jake when he's available, we do a recap
I won't be Thursday
show.
for the Northman.
What time? Damn it! What time is? Oh my. Okay.
Well,
We'll talk.
I instantly regret. I have a podcast scheduled Thursday
yeah,
too.
maybe.
And I'm like,
Maybe
We'll talk.
Friday.
We'll
This
let's
week.
go at 9. Let's
Yeah.
go at 9.
Paramount Plus's Halo series, which is, I mean, just blowing the minds off of longtime video game fans of the Halo series. It's a fun, enjoyable watch for Mr. Wingblade and myself. We break down the episodes, point out some Easter eggs from the episodes, and talk all things greatness that is Master Chief and the Spartans. So check that out. Usually Thursdays at 6:30 Pacific, but maybe another rescheduling this week because of a certain movie.
Don't blame it on me.
So
Don't blame it on me.
we'll see.
So you're enjoying it, Gio. Jake, really quickly, I'm curious. Did you enjoy it? Are you enjoying it? I know you were on with him last week.
Yes, I do have some reservations about it. I will be honest though, I haven't watched last week's because I was on vacation. I haven't yet been able to get to it. So I still have episode 4 from last week to watch. So I'll probably have a better idea going after that one, because I know Gio and I talked after episode 3 and I wanted to see more from it. So I'm interested to see if episode 4 delivered on that. But I like what they're doing with certain aspects of it. I wasn't a major Halo player, but I know enough about it to understand kind of what's happening and what they're not doing. So once I see episode 4, I'll have a better idea.
Fair enough.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I really want to watch Halo, but I haven't even started it yet. So
And I've watched one episode. So
I don't know. Yeah.
We're all over the place. But
Wait, Brian, you saw the first episode
mhm.
and you liked it?
It was good. It gave me Starship Troopers and Battlestar Galactica had a baby.
Cool.
So, like,
Were you a big
weird
Halo
baby.
player?
I mean,
Brian?
I played all of them. So I'm not like
Brian's
a
a
crazy
gamer.
Halo. Yeah. So, yeah, check those things out. But before we get into Fantastic Beasts, a certain little trailer dropped this week. Nothing. Excuse me, teaser. Nothing huge, but Thor: Love and Thunder dropped their teaser for the upcoming movie releasing in July. So yeah, let's hear some thoughts. I want to hear Jacob's first, if we don't mind.
Yeah, that's
Why? Is because he's gonna crap on it or something?
No, I felt like I could gauge you two's, but him, I'm curious.
Fair.
No, I don't know if you guys remember this or know this, but Thor Ragnarok it's my number 2 MCU film.
Oh,
and it's in my
It's
top
top 5.
5.
It's top 5 for me. So
I would
It's
agree.
top 5 comic book movie for me. I love Thor Ragnarok. You can ask Taylor. I literally have
Who's
watched
Taylor?
that movie.
For the record,
My significant other.
oh, okay.
I literally have watched that movie maybe like 40 times, and she gets so sick of it because I used to watch it. I used to watch it like every night before I go to sleep. And so anyways, I was looking forward to this movie. I'm looking forward to Thor: Love and Thunder very much, even though I didn't love the title originally. Seems to make a little more sense now, but I love this teaser trailer. It's a teaser. So we knew the Guardians were going to be in it. So it's not like we were shocked by that. But I think because look, since the Thor franchise started, we haven't had a director direct movie consecutively. It was Kenneth Branagh, and then it was Alan Taylor, and it was Taika Waititi, and now we finally get a director being able to carry on their vision onto the next film. So I was very excited to see that. And that being said, I think it fits Taika Waititi's version of Thor very well, while also adding in this new feel to it a little bit. So I really like this teaser a lot. We know Russell Crowe's cast in the movie. We see a lightning bolt and he grabs it. He's playing Zeus, right? I mean, like he's playing Zeus. So what is we're getting the Greek gods in this? I can't freaking wait. I just, as somebody who loves Thor Ragnarok so much, this trailer delivered like 1,000 times over again for me.
I will, picking off on that, you said that, Ragnarok was like the version of Thor because of Taika, and then now this is like something a little bit more. I will even go as far as saying that I think this is the true version of Taika's Thor more than Ragnarok.
Probably because he probably has more freedom, maybe.
And
I don't know.
Yeah, and I had mentioned this on the the reaction with Brian that we did yesterday. It went up this morning, but whatever.
Check it out.
When he did Ragnarok, he had what I'm saying. Speaking of Taika, he had to stay in line with where the MCU was headed at the moment with Endgame, right? He had to get to a certain point with these characters, with Thor, Hulk, Valkyrie. He had to turn it a certain story in to make sure that it lined up with what the overall MCU is getting for Endgame. with Love and Thunder. Keep in mind, this is the first. Brian, what do we decide? Quadruplet?
Quadrilogy, right?
Quadrilogy is what we
I
said.
guess quadruple. I'm going to say quadruple. The first quadruple
see if there's
of
a
an
word for
MCU
it.
franchise. This is the first fourth movie in any MCU property we have.
Well, other than
Right?
Avengers.
Well, yes, but that doesn't really count. So you now have the absolute freedom.
You want to
do
know what the
whatever you
actual
want.
word is?
Sure.
Tetralogy.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Tetralogy.
What?
I'm not saying that.
Tetralogy.
So, being the first fourth film and having no real quote unquote end game for where the MCU is headed at the moment, certain characters, right, are going to go into certain paths. And obviously, like the Guardians role in the film is going to set up Guardians 3 for them. But as far as Thor goes, we don't know what is happening with the overall MCU, what he's going to be doing, if we're even going to see him after this movie, right? And
That's a
so
good
Taika
point.
has full control over what is happening with this story, with this character, where he is headed next. And that is very exciting because every movie previous to this, of course, all the directors and writers had freedom to do what they wanted with the characters, but they ultimately had to end up in a certain spot because there's a larger story at play. There is no larger story at play right now. There may be a larger story in introducing Mighty Thor with Natalie Portman or getting Valkyrie to a certain point. But as far as Thor goes, he's had 3 previous films. He's been in 4 Avengers films. If this is his last movie, they can do whatever they want with him. Or take him into a certain point where he ends up doing something of a smaller role down the line and this franchise isn't actually his anymore. So it's exciting because there's so many elements that are so mysterious to us. And I see a lot of people talking about like Hercules and the gods and stuff. Yes, I think
Give me Hercules.
I think 100% we will see Hercules in this. And I told Brian this in the reaction. I think the reason why is because the villain of the film is called Gore the God Killer. And Hercules is going to have
God Butcher.
God Butcher, excuse me.
Even worse.
Sorry, Wonder Woman's sword is called the God Killer. That's where I'm getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Hercules because I think Zeus is going to bite the dust and Hercules is going to have nowhere to go anymore.
The fact that they've got Russell Crowe to be literally a guy to die, because let's be honest.
So I legit think that planet Zeus is on, if it's like a version of Olympus or whatever, I think that planet's going to go bye-bye and Hercules is going to have to go somewhere and end up
So
somewhere.
Gore is going to destroy Olympus.
Yeah.
Maybe. But anyway,
Wow.
we're talking about the trailer.
Wow.
Natalie Portman looks fucking awesome.
Dude,
I can't
she
wait to
is
see the helmet.
jacked.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
Her
I'm in.
arms are huge in that shot where she's like this. Gio, thoughts? Oh, by the way, it says a tetralogy is also called a quadrilogy. So
There we
were
go.
Right. Gio, thoughts?
First off, is it Mighty Thor or Lady Thor?
Mighty
The
Thor.
comic book run was the Mighty Thor.
It's Mighty
Yeah.
Thor.
Taika said he finds it insulting to call her Lady Thor.
Well, she's called Mighty Thor in the comics, so it's Mighty Thor.
No, yeah, but he says don't call. I saw a tweet saying he was like, it's not
yeah.
Lady Thor, it's Mighty Thor.
Well,
I
then
mean,
where did
whoever
Lady
wields the
Thor
hammer
come
is
from?
Thor, so it's not Lady or Man Thor. It's just Thor.
Lady
so
Thor,
it's Thor.
came from people just being like, why is there a woman Thor? Lady Thor. Yeah, literally just.
Well, don't want to be disrespectful, so Mighty Thor it is. Yeah, I think the thing that really hyped this trailer up for me was somebody said it in the chat. It was Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
Sweet Child of
baby.
It was a
Mine.
good
Yeah,
song.
baby.
Hearing that. I mean, I haven't heard that in a movie since Aronofsky's The Wrestler back in 2009 when Make Your Work came out at the end. But that song just gets you so hyped. It fits so well with the trailer. Taika, he sure knows how to make a great trailer, and his idea of what movie he wants to sell. Put it this way, look, if you were a fan of Ragnarok, you're probably going to love this movie. If you weren't a fan of Ragnarok, you probably aren't going to like this movie, or you're going to go in hoping you aren't, disappointed again. It's that simple. Only a studio like Marvel, and I said this online yesterday, but only a studio like Marvel can do something like this where we finally get a teaser less than 3 months before the movie releases, because they know that these movies sell themselves. They do. I mean, this could be it as far as the teaser trailers go, or trailers. We could not get another one, and this
God,
movie
I wish that was the case, man.
will crush. You know, we all love Chris Hemsworth as Thor. For myself, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way, one of the big highlights of Infinity War and Endgame was Thor and his interaction with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And that Endgame left us off with, you know, where are they going to go next? And it's part of big reason why I'm looking forward to this movie. The trailer itself, outside of Guns N' Roses, didn't really wow me. But again, I'm at a point now with the MCU and with this franchise, especially, where I don't really need to be wowed. I mean, you can show me a teaser trailer of Thor: Love and Thunder, and it can just be Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman hitting the gym together, and you know that's it. And
That's
I
one
would
heavy
go
ass
and watch
gym, bro.
it. I'll keep what I said about Natalie Portman's Thor within our private chat. You know, I'll say she looks great.
I second what you said, Gio.
If anybody wants to know,
that was
you're
just-
more than welcome to send.
No,
in
no,
a
no.
little
That's between us. That's
super
between
She
chat.
looks fine with a capital F. We'll say that.
a lot more
Yeah.
capitals in there.
Yeah.
And that when she catches the hammer and then does the pose, like, I haven't felt that way since Natalie
Oh
Portman.
God.
and
Okay.
Tiger
Anyway,
Clone.
good shit.
But
Jesus.
anyways,
relax.
yeah, cool trailer. Didn't wow me, but again, I didn't need to be wowed. I'm gonna watch this movie. Love Taika, love what he's done with the franchise. And last thought, was that Kong in a skeleton of Kong with a change?
No. So here's the cool thing, actually.
And you're talking
You can
about
actually-
Kang, right? Donkey Kong
No.
is a different character.
No, King
No,
Kong.
he's talking about King Kong.
Like
Um,
King Kong, what?
So
There was a
you're
large
talking about the
skeleton.
big white monster in the some right? That's what you're talking about.
No, he's talking about
when Thor's.
Oh,
when
in the
he's
rock.
doing
when he's
The
working out.
skeleton. It could be
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
creature.
yeah.
It could be anything.
I thought it was at first. I thought it was Surtur, but it was obviously not Surtur.
Yeah.
Well, so I was gonna bring up, where'd it go? Samir said, "Do you all think that song will be playing during Fat Thor's workout montage?"
I think it's going to be "You're the best around. Nothing's
Well,
going to ever keep."
I
that
do
one, like
think it will be
something
playing because
cheesy.
they used the immigrant song in the Thor Ragnarok trailer, and then it was
that's true.
actually in the movie. So
Yeah.
I do think
Yeah.
"Sweet Child of Mine" will be in the movie.
Oh,
And
probably, definitely.
it's gonna be cool to see him do a workout scene because Chris Hemsworth literally runs a workout program called Center. So he's gonna have
Oh,
Bro
really?
Thor- he's gonna have Bro Thor doing all those official workouts.
Did you
Um,
see his hat? Says
That's what I was gonna say,
Strongest
too.
Avenger?
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Like still dissing on Hulk, even though Hulk's not there.
100%. That's Thor. That is 100%.
Yeah,
That's
that's so
real quick, 'cause
funny.
I wanted to bring up a thing about Mighty Thor, Natalie Portman, real quick, but I wanted to bring up a couple comments before we got there.
Can I say one thing about what I thought?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Love it. It's a teaser. People need to chill
Yeah.
the F out. I love the trolls because they come up with some good stuff. I heard that now we're referring it to as the MCU because there's a woman Thor now. I think it's hilarious.
Ridiculous.
I think someone like Natalie Portman would love that. I'm excited. How can you not be excited? It looks like it's going to be a good time. And we haven't even seen Christian Bale
That's who
as
I'm
the
looking forward
bad
to.
guy. And I know people are freaking out because he doesn't look like an alien, but like
Who
you have
cares?
Christian Bale as your villain.
Relax.
He's
Okay,
going.
the finished product's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm excited.
He's gonna
I
look
can't
great.
wait.
It's gonna look great. The fact that he's gonna be killing gods is gonna be absolutely awesome. I want to bring up a couple comments before we get into this. Natalie Portman is going to be great in this. Karen said that.
Absolutely.
Samir says Zeus, Hercules, and other gods are going to die by Batman.
Hey,
wrong.
Well, look,
I love
Hercules-
that
Not
comment right
wrong.
there.
Hercules is not gonna die. If Hercules is in
No,
this
no,
movie,
no.
he might be the only survivor of Olympus.
He will be the only
yeah.
survivor.
Yeah.
John Pierce says Portman looks awesome in that shot. John Booz says just realized no Loki. Great.
Yeah.
Love that. No Loki doesn't need to be in every single thing. And then I wanted to say something quickly about this. Gordon asked, "Do you think they have someone casted for Hercules?" I'm gonna
Henry
go out on a hot
Cavill.
lim. Damn it, Brian.
Oh,
Well, Brian
You
said
serious?
that earlier.
I said that
Brian
earlier.
Wait,
no,
what?
I didn't. I'm going on a limb. I'm saying Henry Cavill is going to be playing Hercules.
oh.
So 100% they have someone cast because the movie's done. But
You know
Who?
why though?
Who?
You know why Henry Cavill's gonna be playing Hercules?
why?
He has a
Because
hairy
Russell Crowe's
chest
playing
like-
Zeus, and who played Henry Cavill's father in Man of Steel?
Wow.
Oh, I didn't even
All
think
right.
of that.
Look, if Henry Cavill
I just
is
literally thought of a
Hercules,
guy with. a
I just
hairy
blew
chest.
Gio's mind.
then that will instantly become my favorite MCU character.
You make
If Henry
know-
Cavill is Hercules.
you make it really tough to root against that. I just I'm
you
not ready to give up
imagine?
the hope of him.
Dude,
you
I
know,
don't want to give up the
being
hope
a
either,
pick.
but Gio, like at this point, man, it's been almost 10 years since that film.
Yeah.
10 years. You know what I
I
mean?
just want to
Like,
see Henry Cavill do something other than
Yes.
The Witcher.
Agreed.
That's what I'm
Agreed.
at.
He's
The
in
Witcher's
Matthew
not my.
Vaughn's new movie.
No, I know that, but like at the same time, he needs to be thrown into bigger stuff like this because he
I
deserves
agree.
to be
Dude,
big into stuff like
no,
this. You know
sure.
what
I
mean?
never even thought about Henry Cavill as Hercules.
So
like
anyway,
that.
we have like 3 minutes to talk about this, but I wanted to quickly ask the question. And Brian, and this is kudos to Brian. You texted me asking or talking about it a little bit earlier today, and I want to pose the question to the class: do we think Natalie Portman's Jane is the Jane we know, or is she a variant?
It's the Jane we know.
Okay.
Because otherwise it carries no weight when they see each other and interact. Unless she has another Thor in her world. But I think it's the Jane we know.
I'm very.
I agree
in the
with you,
middle.
by the way. I agree with you. Yeah.
I'm very in the middle, leaning towards the one we know because of that exact reason that
Yeah.
Jacob just said. Gio,
I'm gonna go the opposite.
variant.
I
It
think
could be. It
that-
really could
that,
be.
That look that Thor gives, Chris Hemsworth's Thor, is one of like, no, you died. First off,
Mhm.
you're wielding the hammer and you're alive. Like, yeah, they already set that up with Gamora in Endgame.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
that Gamora is going to return. The Guardians are currently looking for her, but yeah, that idea, that concept's already been planted. So, whether this Jane Foster in the MCU, dies or not, you can't rule out either one. So,
My only reasoning as to why I think it's our Jane is because the hammer is cracked like it was broken by Hela.
Oh,
So that's-
true.
Unless that's a what are they called? So
It could.
what do you remember what I'm talking? And what if it's something event, Nexus event?
Oh, and
Where
Nexus.
it has to
Yeah, I mean
happen.
it's definitely possible, but I think there's a high chance that somehow the hammer was put back together or it resurrected or something by
Peter
realizing Jane is worthy or something happens. And I just love the fact that it's like,
Moon
and I
Knight?
mentioned on the reaction, but it's like Kylo Ren's mask where it's like lightning cracks. Super dope.
It's dope.
looks
So my working theory right now is him. He seems like he's trying to like put down the title of Thor, like the hammer, like retire, and maybe like there's something that like there always has to be a Thor, and so
I
she
100%
somehow
agree, yeah.
she somehow
that
gets
makes
it.
sense, Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
That's my guess. I
Doesn't
don't know.
she get
I
sick?
think someone always has to be worthy.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Oh,
she
they're
get sick?
definitely doing the cancer storyline. I don't know
Oh.
how.
So in the
but they
comics,
are.
Gio, is what you're talking about. She has cancer when she becomes worthy. Yes,
Mhm.
you're right.
And the hammer is what's keeping her alive.
The hammer keeps her alive. Yes, I don't know if they're going that route, but they haven't done that in the MCU yet.
We haven't seen her in a while. Like,
Well, we
Jane,
saw her in
because remember, even. Oh, but I meant like current Jane, like
But
current
yeah, I
Jane.
mean,
We
Natalie
haven't seen
Portman
her in a
did shoot
while.
stuff in Endgame, so you know.
Yeah, no, true. But we haven't seen her since before Age of Ultron, right? Because remember they're talking about her at the party, and she's
The
off
Dark
doing
World is the
something.
last time we officially saw her. Yes.
And then in Ragnarok, he says they broke up. Yeah.
Okay, out of curiosity, really quickly, can you guys name the 6 people that have held Thor's hammer?
In the MCU,
Yep. Natalie Portman's the 6th person.
Natalie Portman,
well, obviously Cap.
Thor, Hela, Odin, Cap, and Vision.
Yeah, there
Fucking
you go.
All right, so let's go ahead
There's
and.
one more.
Who?
Anybody?
Are you gonna say Thanos smacking it?
No.
Oh,
Quicksilver. He held onto the hammer, but the hammer
Oh,
took it.
he got
come
pulled by
on.
the hammer.
Bam.
That's
What
like
you got
Hulk
to say,
holding onto
Christopher
it too. That's not whatever.
Okay. So that's gonna do it for our Thor talk. Who knows? I'm sure when the teaser or trailer drops, we'll have a lot more to talk about it. So we're gonna move on to Fantastic Beasts. Woo. But before we do that, let's bring in our 5th member, Mr. Keith.
Oh, okay.
This guy, I'm the button person. Now he's the button person.
That's not
Backseat driver.
Hi, Keith.
What's up, guys?
man.
Brian, hear me okay?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, just make sure. Okay.
You
All right,
sound
I'm
you sound like a god's gift from heaven, my guy.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
You sound like you are Zeus.
Zeus.
I won't go that far.
Just saw the back of Zeus's head. We didn't
We
get to see him.
Yeah, how do we know it's Zeus and not Matt Damon?
Okay, before
Oh,
we do
Jesus
that,
Christ.
let's get into
Okay.
some Harry Potter stuff. Come on.
So, shockingly, as we said before, all 5 of us saw Fantastic Beasts almost separately in opening weekend. So that means we can all freely talk about it and what we thought.
Full spoilers, everybody who hasn't
Yes.
seen it. Full spoilers.
Spoiler. Anyone want to? That's the spoiler.
Wait, where's Rachel? She's not here for this?
Rachel hasn't seen it
No,
yet,
she hasn't
so
seen
she's.
it
Oh
yet.
my
avoiding-
goodness,
no.
Rachel, no.
I know.
All right.
Errol.
So,
That's
Yeah.
the current state of. Never mind.
Keith, since you just got here, what did you think? I'm curious.
First of all, John Pierce, sit me here. John Boo, Star Drew, hello. What's happening, guys? Good evening. I thought it was fine. Down. I think I said. Did I say solid? I think I said solid on the reaction.
It's
that we
funny.
did.
The
Something
second
like
I picked you to go first, I was like, wait a minute. Didn't he kind of poop on it on Facebook? Like saying like, this is okay. And I was like, crap, I shouldn't have started with Keith.
What do
You were
first of
content
all,
with it.
saying it's okay. It's not pooping. What's wrong with you? Goodness. No, I said it's fine. It's not bad. But it had a low bar to reach. Being the last one just wasn't. I didn't mind it, but it wasn't good. This one was way better than the last one, but it was still pretty slow, and definitely like the last one. It does drag in a lot of parts, and a lot of it really did kind of feel sort of like sort of course correction from the last one a little.
Everyone is comparing it to it. They're comparing this one. They're saying this is the Rise of Skywalker.
Last
to
Jedi.
The Last
That's
Jedi.
what I
Yeah,
was
sure.
just thinking.
Wait, which one are they saying it is?
They're
a
saying the
little bit.
Secrets of Dumbledore is the Rise of Skywalker, and the Crimes of Grindelwald is the Last Jedi, where it's course correction. And it
As
has
far as the
nothing
course
to do with the
correction?
previous film.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. They're saying this is a direct sequel to Fantastic Beasts. in
No
word-
comment.
Well, because there is some stuff that happened at the end of this one that it's funny, right? As we're sitting down, because Gio, Jacob, and I saw it together along with my daughters, and Gio's like, "All right, I didn't see Crimes of Grindelwald, so is there anything?" He asked us. He leaned to me and Jacob was like, "Is there anything that I need to know?"
Yeah, tell me 2 big things from Crimes of Grindelwald before
Yeah.
the movie starts right now.
And it's hilarious because the actress, I think Jessica Williams, I think is her name. that
Catherine
plays,
Waterston.
No, not her. The new lady that comes in.
Oh, the new professor.
The new
Oh,
professor,
yeah. Okay.
She's not an auror. Yeah, she was. What was she?
She's a professor.
She's a professor, but why was she? Okay.
Professor. She was the charms professor, I think.
Yes. Yeah, at the American school.
Yeah.
She immediately sits down and explains to Dan Fogler everything that happened in the last movie, which was. And I looked at Gio.
That was great for me. I was
exactly.
like,
I looked at you and went, there you go. All right. So there's a lot of that, like the first part of this movie, and yeah, just there's some stuff that I don't know. There is some stuff that didn't really make a lot of sense because in terms of the last movie, or stuff that seemed like they were setting up, and in terms of the stuff that we know is supposed to be coming. It feels like Jessica Williams. Thank you, Jeffrey Miller.
Eulalie Hicks is the character name.
Yeah, Lolly. Yeah, she was
Lolly,
great.
okay,
I love her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like we're still a ways away because she said it was everything that happened from the start of the movie was 1 year ago from the start of the first movie.
So Keith, I want to cut you off real quick because I want to butt in and I want to kind of add to what you're saying. So first of all, I'll say this: I haven't seen the first one in a while. Yeah. I do think right now, without seeing the first one in a while, I think this might be my favorite. I have to go back. But I will say this. It almost felt like nothing happened.
Yes.
Like the story didn't really go anywhere. Like things happened, but from the beginning to end, we're in the same exact spot as we were when we started.
And basically the same as we were at the end of the last one, except now Ezra Miller's character is dying.
That's it, and that's really like the only major stuff that happened is learning that his character is the son of Dumbledore's brother.
Right.
And other than that, like
Jake, what's his name?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, really?
The brother?
Aberforth.
His brother Aberforth.
The only that's like the only major thing. Other than that, like look, Dumbledore, Newt, his brother, Dan Fogler, Queenie, they're all together, right? Catherine Waterston is clearly going to come back. And then,
I don't know.
Guess who's out on the run still? Grindelwald. Like, it's literally from start to end, like, where it's the same thing. It felt like nothing.
Now everybody knows Grindelwald's bad, though.
But they knew that at the end of the second one.
They knew that the last time.
He was on trial. He was on trial. Like
that's the part that it doesn't make any sense. It's like
that's true. He did literally break out of Azkaban.
The movie literally doesn't matter at the end of the day. As much as like I love, and I'm saying this right now, it might be my favorite scene in the Fantastic Beasts stuff is that crab scene. Love
that was hilarious.
Stuff. That was actually funny.
Like. I love that the Beast came back in such good ways, but it felt like nothing happened.
It was I don't want to say boring because when there is action, it's pretty good, but it was kind of boring.
And the movie definitely has like it feels more put together, and I'm not comparing it to any of the Harry Potter films because it doesn't reach those at all, but it feels more put together like those than. Obviously, the last one does, right? It feels much more Harry Potter than the previous two movies did it in all like together.
Well, and I'll let, but real quick because of that, go ahead. There was actually another screenwriter on this project,
other than J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
Well, it's the screenwriter from the Harry Potter franchise.
Yes,
that person came back, and so that's why it has that feeling, right? But at the same time. Nothing happened. Like
this could have easily, like when you look back and think it could have easily been the second one.
Yes.
Like 100%. 100%.
It easily could have been the second one. I mean, you could have easily inserted Lita the Strange into this.
I'm so pissed that she died still.
Yeah. Although I'm sure Zoe Kravitz is like, thank God I got off that boat.
Well, yeah, now she's in the Batman, so like whatever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I pretty much echo everything Jake has said and Keith. I think it's the best of the Fantastic Beasts.
And I agree. And I'm not trying to crap on it. I think it's the best of the three, but it just.
No. Everything you guys have said is completely valid. I think had this been the second movie, we would maybe have a different story as far as people wanting to see them going forward.
It is the second movie for me. So
Oh, yeah, for you, literally. And you got a recap of
Gio, wait,
said
Gio,
second.
are you ever gonna watch Crimes of Grindelwald? Ever?
yeah, I actually was intending on watching it this weekend, but the NBA playoffs started. I'm like, no, that's not happening. So,
Gordon
yeah.
watched it after we talked about it last week, so there we go. Kudos, everybody.
Oh, see, there you go. But yeah, it was kind of like, okay. And I think they definitely like tried to make this one a little bit more like edgy along the way. Like,
Yeah.
they were killing.
Well, I mean,
animals.
Grindelwald literally slit a baby deer magical deer
Yeah.
throat, and I was I'm not kidding you. Like, if the movie was going, I was about to walk out. I was so pissed. I was
Yeah.
so pissed. Even though
There
it was
was-
fake, I was so mad.
The
They
fictional
did.
being.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter, Jacob. Doesn't
Killed
matter.
a baby in the last
As long as it's not a dog, I think it's
Human being.
it's a fiction. You know,
Man,
Yeah,
I'd rather
you
kill a
guys
baby
are
king than a deer.
you guys.
I can
completely
understand
disagree
Will
with
Smith
most
and
of what
I
you
Am
guys are
Legend,
saying.
but like that's
What? Are you saying that it was poopy or was it good?
No, I really enjoyed this movie. I think a lot happened. Like the Credence character is in a completely different place than he was
Yeah,
at
he's
the
in
end of the
great
last
now.
Well,
one.
and that's the one thing we said that was only different.
Even
Yeah, but he's
though
dying.
Grindelwald, yes, he was being like accused of these crimes and he was banished, whatever, at the end of the last movie, there were still followers of Grindelwald and still people who obviously could like convince the what is it called? The Wizarding World? What do they call? Is that what they call each other? So
The Wizarding World, the
that-
magical world, yeah.
So part of the Wizarding World still believed that Grindelwald was good and that he can be a leader. Now, everybody knows that nope, that is out of the question. That cannot be. So I do think a lot did happen, to be honest. And if anything, now that I'm thinking about it, I think people can skip Crimes of Grindelwald rather than skip this movie. To
cool.
be honest,
That's probably
like if you
Cool.
really think
except
about
for
it,
the fact that Grindelwald was an international fugitive at the start of Crimes of Grindelwald.
yeah, but
But
they
they were-
told us that hey, there's still a faction of people that don't believe that whether they believe he's bad or good or not, they were still willing to follow him. But how can anybody follow him after this? You know, it's like
Well-
it was so publicly shown
Yeah.
that he's all bad. Like their sacred. What is the deer thing called? I don't even know. But
Keelan.
so
Chili.
it's
Chili,
obviously
yes.
a sacred
Chili.
being
Chili.
to
Chili.
them.
Chili.
and
Chillin'.
He knows that they know that he killed it and brought it back to life in order to try to con everybody. So I think that's a major thing. But on that note, I think this is one of the reasons why this is the best of the three is because fantastic. We always made fun of it's called Fantastic Beasts, but then the beasts don't play an integral part into the plot. They have
This is the one thing I agree with.
exactly. They use these magical creatures. They play directly into the plot of like these specific creatures. They bow to whoever they think is a worthy leader, and that tied into the plot. So I thought that was done well. Look, it's not a perfect movie. I don't even love it. I just feel like a lot of people are poo-pooing on it, and I feel a need to defend it. But I honestly had a good time. Look, it's not the most exciting movie I'm gonna watch all year. I'm not gonna lie about that. I wasn't bored, but it's not. You're not like on the edge of your seat while you're watching this. But I really did enjoy it, and like I think a lot of people had problems with Newt Scamander as a character in the first two movies.
He's the best
This is
part of
the-
the three of them.
This is the one where I like him the most
Disagree.
in this movie. And I just thought they did a lot of things well. I like the Jacob character. He's hilarious. He's like, he works for me. And honestly, there's a few things that I'm still not sure of as somebody who's not as like knowledgeable on the Wizarding world is like, so they gave him the wand as a way to throw off Grindelwald's like, no, there's a reason to throw off Grindelwald
really.
on he's able
He's
to
trying to
see-
confuse him.
No, there's 100% a reason because it's to throw off Grindelwald and like
Who's
Grindelwald
arguing
sees him
that?
with the wand. They're like, what's going on? And that's another reason why I like this movie is because it was kind of like, if you look at it, it was kind of of a reverse heist movie. So Grindelwald's trying to accomplish a mission.
Is it a reversed heist movie, not a heist movie?
Well, it's a reverse. So it's a heist
A reverse
movie
heist
where
movie. A
I'm
reverse
just
heist movie
kidding.
is a heist
I'm
movie,
kidding,
you guys.
Jacob.
it's a
heist
reverse
movie
heist
still.
movie where like the villain's trying to pull off a heist in a way, and the heroes are trying to stop it. And you have a villain who can see the future, so I liked that, like how they're all right. Don't tell anybody anything. Like we got to do all these different moves, give Jacob the wand, etc. So I enjoyed it honestly, and I think it's a good movie. Not great.
I don't want it coming off like I'm absolutely crapping on it because I'm not. I'm just saying for me, after like watching the movie, I felt like we're at the same point we were when it started. Obviously, there's small things that change, but
Yeah,
there
I guess
are a
that's
lot
hard
of
to
things.
argue.
There are a lot of things to love about the movie. The Beast coming back in the forefront was a major part of it, and putting the Chillin as literally the catapult of it all
Yeah,
was a very important part of the film. I thought it was a very cool thing of the film. And yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess it finally kind of feels like they understand what this is supposed to be, but the question
Yeah.
is it little too late? I'm not sure.
I think
If
it
if
is.
if that
I think
if
so.
they should have just done this from the very beginning. We've talked about it plenty of times, right? We've talked about it, but it should have been like this from the very beginning. I've always enjoyed the Newt character. I'm not a Harry Potter nerd. I get it. I've liked him from the very beginning. I think Eddie Redmayne plays a great Newt Scamander, and I've always wanted him to be in the forefront more. This was 100% Dumbledore's film, but we were traveling with him. We were traveling with Newt the entire time, which I really, really liked. I
Yeah.
also liked the dynamic with his brother.
Yes,
I
I love
love
Theseus
Theseus.
and Newt together.
Yeah, I'm really glad Theseus is now kind of part of the picture now. And getting Queenie back for the next one, and Catherine Waterston maybe coming back is a big deal too.
I don't think she's
I guess
coming
it's just
back.
is it too little too late? I don't know, man. It feels like it should just be bigger. It feels like it should be on a different level, and it doesn't feel that way. And I want the Harry Potter movies to succeed more than anybody, even just as much as book readers, because I love the universe. I think it's a really cool universe with a lot of possibilities. But are the troubles of the path they took to this film, are they going to kind of be, the thing that doesn't allow it to succeed? I don't know. I mean, it's a big question. I will say that Mads Mikkelsen absolutely murders villain roles.
Okay, stop stealing all the cool stuff to talk about. That's what Gio, you haven't said anything. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, just a few things, and I'll be quick because there's a lot to talk about. First off, to Jacob's point about the Fantastic Beasts and the title. When the title appeared, I was like, Jacob, what's that say on the top left? I was like, what is that? Is that
It's as
Fantastic?
small
It's
as
like in
possible.
the smallest font
Yeah.
possible. Look,
I'm just calling the movie Dumbledore.
no.
That's it.
I'll say this: we live in a world where the Fast and Furious, one
We
of
live in
the
a society.
most biggest.
Damn it,
franchises-
Keith!
What?
That beat you to it.
He said, "Yeah." Keith and I both at the same time were trying to say we live in a society.
Oh yeah, but like Fast and Furious. Look at that saga, right? Fast 5, whatever 6 is called, Furious 7, Fate of the Furious, F9, Tokyo Drift. Like, it doesn't matter. Change the damn title if you're going to continue. Just change the title. I promise you, the general audience will not care. They will not care. As soon as they hear the Harry Potter theme, they'll be into it. That's it. Okay.
Was that the Harry Potter theme?
I don't know. Whatever.
Like a sped up version.
I'm just kidding, G. I'm just kidding.
No, look, my expectations were super low. I didn't see Grindelwald, and I went into this, and like Jacob, I was entertained. When they went back to Hogwarts and they showed Hogwarts, it was the first time I saw Hogwarts in 10 years. Did they show it in the first movie, Hogwarts, at all?
No.
I don't
In
think
the
so,
second
no.
movie. Well, for
They
me,
showed it
it's
hardly in
been
the
10
movie,
years since I saw Hogwarts. So when they showed it, I was like, oh, there's Hogwarts. Everyone else was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Well, but yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I like how they involved the Beast. It was a little long. You can tell that they're stretching this story out. I mean, somebody in this group mentioned like 5 movies. Like it's not meant for that. When Grindelwald and Dumbledore did fight, I felt like I got up from my seat. I was like, yeah, there we go. And then like it wasn't real. It was just
I don't like that they fight in like a dream world.
Yeah,
Like,
me neither.
They fight in the mirror dimension.
Yeah, it's like the mirror dimension.
dimension.
Yeah.
There you go.
weird. Like I don't.
Like, I wanna
don't know if
see
that's
them-
gonna-
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen
Yeah.
forever because of their connection, or if that's because of the blood connection.
Well, the
I don't
connection's
know.
broken now.
I know, but like it was like the beginning of the film. Like I loved like the conversation they had at the beginning of the film, but then learning that it was like this dream sequence essentially was very strange. And then
Was
them
it?
fighting in a dream sequence.
I think it's more or less Dumbledore putting up some type of
Maybe he
wall
might be
that he
protecting.
Well, they don't hurt
people
anybody
outside of
else.
it.
They did the same
Yeah,
thing to
maybe.
Credence, right? And they're earlier in
Yeah.
the movie, right?
Yeah.
They fought in
Which-
this other.
It's like an illusion, essentially.
So okay, so real quick, for Keith and Brian, the Harry Potter nerds here, I have a question. In the books, was Dumbledore, is he essentially like the Luke Skywalker of Harry Potter, where he's the strongest wizard to ever live?
No.
I wouldn't say
Yes.
the strongest,
Yeah, not
but
the strongest.
he.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would. Well, I
He's
would.
up there.
You can agree. He's. I mean, Voldemort didn't
It's-
ever want to face him. So, and that says a lot. If Voldemort, your most powerful dark wizard, doesn't want to mess with you, then you're pretty freaking strong. Like
Well, I
he's
guess my-
Voldemort didn't make his move until Dumbledore was dead.
Dumbledore was dead,
Yeah,
No.
no,
and he got
for
Snape
sure.
to do it.
Yeah.
Well, Snape and Dumbledore. Spoiler alert,
Yeah.
they planned to do it.
I was curious because of those sequences, like with Credence, where he, like, it's almost like, what's the stuff in the Upside Down in Stranger Things? Like, it almost felt like an Upside Down sequence, with Credence in the street, and then the stuff with Grindelwald. So I was curious if him having the ability to do that, like, makes him the most.
And is
powerful.
he the only? And is he the only one doing it? Like,
Yeah,
would
like is
would
that just
Credence
something that he
and
does?
Grindelwald just attack everybody around them if he didn't do that? I don't know.
Or
Like,
or is it
honestly.
something to where like that is like his special ability that no one has?
I don't think so. I think it's
Don't
just.
know. They don't explain.
I think
it.
You're
it's-
learning just as much as we are, kid.
Yeah, no idea.
I have a feeling it's just they're chopped up as broadcasting an illusion.
I think it's just like the mirror dimension in Doctor
It's-
Strange.
It's
That's
essentially
how I took it.
Dumbledore essentially is I'm taking as he's casting an illusion to protect surroundings and
the Muggle
people,
world.
because that place got effed up.
That's
And
what I'm
then
saying. Like,
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking it's an illusion to fool whoever it is, but it's also like a protection spell type
So
situation.
then, what are the people seeing? Then, what are the people like? What's happening? In
that's
the real,
that's
regular
why I'm
world?
asking. That is 100.
That's why I'm like, yeah.
It
I-
might-
we,
Like a
It
giant
might literally
elephant is just crushing
nothing.
everything. I don't know.
Maybe they're
we
just
had no
standing
idea.
there.
We even asked my daughters. They were like, I don't know.
Yeah,
real
They-
quick, I want to make sure I bring up the other Harry Potter nerd that's in the chat, Mr. Shang Wing Blade. He said, "Yes, the movies focus on Harry Potter, but leave out a lot of dialogue that makes a strong point that Dumbledore is the end all be all of wizards."
Yeah, he's. I
Is
mean,
Is Harry supposed to be stronger though, eventually, or something?
I think he's just the guy that killed Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which makes me feel. No, you mean?
Or excuse me,
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Sorry.
Yeah.
The only reason Harry's
That's
important is because he was a Horcrux. To be honest.
Yeah, he literally was.
Wow.
Because everybody was Hermione was better than Harry got helped throughout
Harry-
that whole
So
thing.
he's not even that powerful.
I would honestly know.
Is
Damn.
well,
J-
maybe
he's
when he
not.
gets older.
Harry. I'm sorry, Harry.
Maybe when he gets older.
That's what I want to
mean,
see.
But
in Cursed,
Badass old
in Cursed
40-year-old
Child,
Harry
he
Potter.
wasn't that special either. So,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's
Okay, Sean stepped back in. He said the answer is the filmmakers and screenwriters made all that up. Nothing like that happens in the books. Okay.
yeah.
Good to know.
No, it's yeah.
That's why I'm like,
Um,
I don't know what that was.
So I would like to
Curious.
pose a question to the class that I am most curious about. This is the first thing I thought of asking you guys when it was done. What?
Harry, the boy who lived. That's about it.
Honestly, that's
That's the only
it.
reason
He just survived
because his parents
Yeah.
got killed. Yeah, that's
Thank you, Jeffrey. That was a great comment. That was a great comment.
He's not wrong. Voldemort was afraid of Dumbledore, not Harry. He could give two craps about Harry.
Well, then,
I mean, Harry
He-
did kill him.
why are the
Yeah,
books
but only
named after
when
him?
only
It wasn't
after
for
his
Hermione.
Horcruxes were killed. Anyways, okay, we can go on forever. Okay,
Especially with
The
you
three-
two nerds.
well, you ask questions that we want to nerd on about.
I have
Yes,
so much
that's
more
right.
questions, but we'll waste so much time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question that I came out of it wondering, and people in the chat, I would actually like to see your responses too. Colin Farrell, Johnny Depp,
Colin
Mads
Farrell.
Mikkelsen. Whose did
Farrell.
you like the best
Colin
so far?
Farrell. Should have been Colin Farrell the whole time.
Do we consider Colin Farrell as a Grindelwald?
Yes, he
Yes.
was Grindelwald.
It should have been
I
Colin
think you
Farrell the
have
entire
to.
time.
I think you
Look,
kind of have
so,
to.
yeah.
Crazy
I'm
to
gonna
say,
s-
but Colin Farrell.
He was.
Go ahead.
He was pretending to be someone else. I don't know if he was doing that. Never remember the name of it. What's that? What's the spell where you can turn into somebody else? But
I just figured it was like damn near like a polyjuice potion situation.
see. I don't know. I don't think it was that though.
It wasn't polyjuice, but he clearly knew some type of.
But he had some powerful spell where he could change into
Yeah.
a completely different person.
It
But
should have
yeah,
been Colin Farrell from the very beginning, and they could have so made that easy to where
Yeah.
like they didn't have to do the whole I've been hiding in disguise thing. They could have just made it like nobody knows what Grindelwald looks like or something, like just something super random like that. I know that's probably not possible, but it should have been Farrell from the beginning.
Or it could have been one of those things where we see Colin Farrell, but everybody else sees somebody else that he's
Yeah,
pretending
that
to
too.
be. They've done
That's
that in other.
That's an
stuff,
RAPD
too.
situation right there.
Yeah, exactly. And then it reveals at the end that he turns into Colin Farrell, and that's what they see. But I will say, like, I'm 100% cool with Mads Mikkelsen being.
I have so much love for Mads. Like, look, he's
Yeah.
one of the best Bond villains of all time.
His
love
hair
the
was
dude.
on fire in this.
I think he's a great fit to foil Jude Law. I think Mads Mikkelsen and Jude Law are a great fit together, which is the point, right?
Yeah,
At the
they
time,
are.
we didn't have Colin Farrell against Jude Law at the time, and we
Exactly.
weren't sure how they were going to fit together. I think
You
Mads
are-
and Jude together fit really, really
Do
well.
you guys think
You are
Jude Law and
nailing
Colin Farrell
how
would
I
have fit
felt.
together, though?
Say it again?
Do you guys think Jude Law and Colin Farrell would have
I think
had
so.
this kind of chemistry?
I think Colin Farrell could work with almost anyone.
Yeah, he could work with
Yeah,
almost
I think
anybody,
Jude
yeah.
Law could have as well. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Guy Ritchie movie out there with the two of them.
Probably.
if not,
Like,
I need to see that movie right now. Right
Okay, so now I pose who is number two. I mean, I guess actually most of you
Mads.
guys said Mads. So
I
See,
never
now-
liked the first one.
Mads by
even when
default. so.
Even when they brought Johnny Depp in at the end of the first one, I was never a fan of it. Not because I didn't think he could do it. I like when Johnny Depp plays Johnny Depp. To me, there are very few roles these days where he plays characters. He plays Johnny Depp a lot of the times because he's just like, that's what I see personally.
Who was
Colin
that crime boss
Farrell,
he played
Mads
5 years ago?
Mikkelsen, they
Whitey
follow
Black
the
Mass.
roles a lot. And
Oh,
this
Whitey
is
Bulger.
just my opinion. This is just my opinion.
I thought
I
he
think
was fine.
Farrell and Mads fall into the roles a lot better than Johnny Depp does, personally.
I
Well,
will
to
say
me-
this.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
I was just gonna say, I bought the flirtation of Johnny Depp and Jude Law more than I did Mads. I liked the evil aspect of Mads more than I liked Johnny Depp's. Johnny Depp's was very much all over like Johnny Depp. But I bought Mads being this bad wizard that is trying to take over and stuff like that. I enjoyed that aspect. I could very much see him being like a dark wizard that is trying to do all these things. Whereas Johnny Depp, I had a little bit more issue with, but I was curious to see him and Dumbledore's relationship more.
I just didn't like the spiky blonde hair, personally.
That's
that's-
the problem.
Which
That's
is
what
not
it is.
Johnny Depp's choice. It's
And the
whoever
eyes.
designed it.
No, I know. And,
And
yeah,
the
and the
eyes.
contact
Sure.
stuff.
It's
going on,
tough for me.
yeah.
I haven't.
But look-
the only thing. I
Yeah,
wanna
Gio.
see-
Go ahead, Gio. I'm interested
Gio
'cause
hasn't
you-
seen Crimes
didn't
of
really see
Grindelwald.
Johnny Depp.
Well,
I'm
I
interested.
know that's the only reason why I want to see Crimes of Grindelwald is just to see Johnny Depp's performance. Like in this movie, I mean, forgive me for saying, but Mads Mikkelsen was great, but he was Mads Mikkelsen. Like
You're not wrong.
Johnny
Mads
Depp
Mikkelsen plays
from-
Mads Mikkelsen just
from-
as much. As
yeah,
Johnny
I
Depp.
mean,
All he
like
does is play
I
villain.
thought
Yeah.
I thought Mads gave more personality to Lachief than he did, with Grindelwald. I mean, based off of what you guys are telling me, it sounds like Johnny Depp was trying to make Grindelwald a character.
He was.
So I have to hold off judgment until I see Grindelwald, Crimes of Grindelwald, or I'll just go on YouTube and I'm gonna look up all the scenes with.
I will
Johnny
say I
Depp.
loved how he said the word Dumbledore. Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I
Who?
thought Johnny Depp was fine. Personally,
Mads
I really
Mikkelsen.
thought he was pretty good. The way Grindelwald is described sounds like. I mean, he's supposed to be this alluring and seductive figure that draw you into his and like what happened with Queenie, like draw you into his ideology and make you see things with his.
Well, he was very much, as horrible as it sounds, like a Hitler, where it was
Yes,
like
that's how he. It's how he. Is.
it was very much like this young guy that was saying these things that people were buying into that turned out to not be good.
He's in a way, and I've compared the two to Magneto and Professor X. Him versus Grindelwald. I'm sorry, Dumbledore. Although Dumbledore was the same, he said it in this movie. He thought the same way when he was younger. Obviously, he changed, and their relationship should be like that.
I'm pissed they didn't do anything about Ariana. I thought for sure that we would get something,
see
but
that?
they're just sticking to not doing crap.
That same
about
picture,
it.
just that picture. That's it. So that's what's, and again, what's troubling about this, and we talked about it earlier. I don't know if we're gonna get to it. I mean, are we gonna just fight because we're nowhere near to where to the Great Wizarding War that happened during World War II.
Yeah,
and Grindelwald having this army, and the two of them eventually coming to the greatest wizard battle of all time. Like, we're still not anywhere near that.
They're literally saving it for the 5th movie.
Yeah, well,
And
Did they
it ain't
say they're
gonna
making
happen at
5?
this-
I thought it was
Yeah,
4.
it's supposed to be 5.
No, it's 5, Jacob.
Well,
That's why this one is the way it is.
Look, I agree with you guys that I think they're just dragging us
it.
along until the big battle. I'm telling you what, that battle better be the greatest thing I've ever seen because
I know.
Well,
they're
that's
dragging
Well,
us
and to
along.
Gio's point, real quick, to Gio's point, the whole merger with WB just happened. They could very well be like, nah, we're not doing them anymore.
Well, look,
that's
to
gross.
throw
This is the first
to
Harry
dismiss
Potter
the Harry
that's going under
Potter
500.
franchise is a mistake. They're gonna do something with the Harry Potter franchise.
They will.
Yeah,
It's not
but-
this.
It
But
may
they
be a
could,
series.
they could axe Fantastic Beasts like that. This
Yeah.
movie
Well-
made 40 million opening weekend.
Yeah,
And
40
look,
million.
and look how this movie ended. You could literally end it right now.
You could end it
And
here.
that's
Exactly.
it for Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah,
I do love Mads Mikkelsen's final lines though. He's like, "I was never your enemy, not then, not now," and he looks straight at Jude Law. Like that was great. But on the Johnny Depp thing, I want to say I don't think Johnny Depp was bad in Crimes of Grindelwald. I
No,
thought he
no,
was
no.
I don't
really
think he was
good.
either.
I just prefer Mads Mikkelsen because he blends in with the world better. Like Johnny Depp distracts me just because his face. I don't know why.
it's
Like
his
it's not.
appearance.
It's nothing about him. Like, and I'm not even talking about the outside stuff. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just talking about them portraying the character as actors. I just think Mads Mikkelsen blends in better with it. Like it seems more natural.
If you saw the movie, has anyone ever seen the movie Fright Night where he plays that vampire?
Yeah, baby. Yeah,
If
baby.
If
I haven't.
Colin Farrell,
Colin Farrell.
have him
He's
do
so
that.
good. He is so good.
That's how Grindelwald's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's the
They
that
cast
remake
him.
with Anton Yelkin.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Exactly. I wanted to jump back really quick. We'll move ahead, but I just want to jump back to Eddie Redmayne really fast. I like Eddie Redmayne a lot.
Say it.
You don't like Newt?
I'm with you.
I
if you-
love Newt Scamander. I wish that it's just an odd choice the way he's chosen to play this character.
I 100% agree with you, Keith.
I wish he would just look at somebody and talk to them.
yeah,
And
They are
stop. Just I don't know.
they're
It's
specifically making him
annoying.
do and I don't mean this disrespectfully, they're portraying him like almost like an autistic person. And he said that's how he thought Newt was. And it makes me uncomfortable to the point where I'm like, I feel like you should just be an awkward person. They like antisocial. You don't need to be going to this. I don't like it. I don't like him personally as the character.
Well, I think they toned that down the most in this movie.
They did tone it down the most in this movie because they had like him interact. He didn't interact with characters as much as he did in this movie. Like him and his brother did not like each other almost in the last movie, and they were
even
like,
in this one, he didn't introduce his brother to the witch at the beginning. But look, remember that train scene in this movie? He's basically the leader, and he's telling everybody what's going on, and they're all looking at him like
he's not telling anybody. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No, I know.
They're looking at him like, okay, what are we doing?
Like,
he's
speak,
just like,
but I know, but I think.
Come on.
Well,
I think
Keith, to that point
they
though,
improved upon
they were all told different things about Dumbledore. They were all
that's
told different
that's
things.
true.
So they weren't able to
That is
talk like about their specific missions. But I agree with you guys. I mentioned it earlier that like Newt is a little off in the movies, but I think I enjoyed him the most in this one. I enjoyed him the most.
I agree with you on
And
that,
I
Jacob.
love Eddie
Justice for Newt.
I agree with you on that, Jacob. This was the movie that I didn't mind him the most.
Gio, tell me you're on my side. Please tell me you're on my side.
He's only at 75%.
Gio's
going.
I'm still pissed off. He stole.
Gio's mad at Eddie Redmayne.
Oh my god, that has nothing to do with this.
It don't matter. You get a back seat in your own franchise. That's what you get for rigging the Oscars. It belonged to Stallone.
He's great in that movie, though. He's incredible.
You mean it belonged to Michael Keaton?
Theory of everything. He's great in that movie.
I will say I enjoyed the beasts in this one. I enjoyed them being there and included, and not Newt like being a weirdo,
terrifying
like in the first
scorpion
one.
monster, whatever.
The scorpion
that is.
stuff.
Terrifying.
That was the single best scene in the entire film. That crab scene,
that was
dying.
it. Okay,
dying.
that was okay. That was the other. I've been trying to think. I knew there was two scenes that were mortifying for little kids. The throat slitting and the scorpion throwing the body back.
Ask Wingblade. Wingblade has two young kids that he took them in the movie over the weekend. He said that the slitting the throat did not go well.
Yeah, you have.
Gio, was that dark enough for you?
Wow, I bet.
Yeah. That's Grindelwald. Come on now, you can't. I mean, you got to think about the kids and all that, but come on now. These
but they don't show it.
These kids
watched
the Batman earlier this year. Okay, stop.
I just watched the Batman yesterday.
Me too.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I can't wait
before I watch Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah.
But any last thought? Oh, let me say this one more.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
the Scorpion scene was fine for them. There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
I was scared shitless.
Kind of expecting.
It was not fine for me.
Okay, I want to go around and ask two real quick questions. Yes or no? Do you think that there will be more, and do you want to see more? Gio?
Yes. This was a couple months ago, but HBO Max is currently developing a Harry Potter series with multiple writers, and I think that's intentional because I think they're going to move Fantastic Beasts to HBO Max and make the focus of the next two Dumbledore and Grindelwald. I think that was set up beautifully with Dumbledore walking away at the end. And what was the second question?
Do you want more?
Do I want more? Yeah.
Of this Fantastic Beast story, not the Wizarding World, just this story.
On HBO Max, yeah. But most of the best parts was between Mads Mikkelsen and Jude Law. Like anytime the two of them were on screen, it was gold. So
fair enough. Mr. Jake?
Yes to both. I do think that Warner Brothers, because we've seen their stubborn ass do stupid stuff in the past, I think they're going to stick through with the franchise until it's over. I think J.K. Rowling is going to bully her way into doing it somehow. But again, if they do it this way, in having a writer there with her, if they kind of, in a way, have figured out what this is supposed to be, then yeah, I think that they'll do it. And even though the movie is not making a ton of money, maybe the overseas money really helps it kind of get it back up on its feet a little bit. I don't know. But it did leave me wanting more. I did want to see more. And it's also just because we haven't really seen the big fight between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. So
Heard about it so much. You want the payoff.
And last thing is a hashtag for justice for Newt. Get more Newt Scamander out there.
I'm behind
Jacob,
that. Do I want more? 100% yes. Will they do more? Yes. The last one made $654 million at the box office, which is not great, but it's good enough. Like, made them profit. I don't know if this one's gonna get there.
Not great.
No, it's good. It's really good.
$654 million. You saying that's not great?
I mean, that's really good. That's great.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, didn't Deathly Hallows Part 2 make $1 billion, and didn't the first one make $1 billion?
Well, here's the thing. In my mind, before they ever released a Fantastic Beasts movie, I was like, any Harry Potter movie in the future is going to make $1 billion. And maybe I was spoiled by that with so many MCU and Star Wars movies making $1 billion.
That's what's wrong. Yes.
But the thing is, like, I don't know if this movie's going to reach that, to be honest. But I do think
Probably
they will
won't.
make more because
Jacob,
look,
they're already projecting it to not even cross 500.
this movie was made under the old Warner Brothers regime. This Warner Brothers Discovery is under the leadership of, I think his name is David Zaslav. He's not an idiot. He knows DC, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. These franchises, you don't mess around with them. And I think he's going to be behind them improving upon this. So, yes.
I'm 1,000% with Mr. Sean Wingblade here. I only wanted to see more of JK has less to do with the screenwriting.
I was going to
her
say
have
that.
story credit.
And look, I love David Yates. Thank you for all the great
Step
work
away.
you've done
Please step away.
in the Harry Potter universe. But let someone else direct.
Dude,
guys,
he did more.
guys.
He did more Harry Potter movies than Michael Bay did Transformers movies. Think about that.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. JK is completely in charge of this.
I know.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for.
So there is no let her anything. She's in charge, and so whatever.
Well, we're asking her to allow this.
So
She ain't gonna allow.
If you see our small little show, JK, please just get the fuck out.
Yeah. Keith, want more? Think there will be more of this story.
Yes to both. I love being in the Wizarding World. I'm going to see Cursed Child Saturday. So.
Jealous.
I'll talk to you about that after the show. But
Oh.
I think I agree with Gio. I think we'll be maybe talking about a series here. I think that's probably the best way to go. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. I don't know. When I say they, I mean J.K. Rowling. If Warner Brothers knows what's good for them, well, they clearly don't. But in a lot of ways, they're they're a great studio, probably the best ever. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. This series should have been. If you read the actual textbook of Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them, this movie really should have been. I can't remember. I heard someone say this series should have been just a fun little adventure series about this character, Newt Scamander.
Should have been a TV series.
And maybe just one movie.
Adventures with animals and with all these magical creatures and him trying to protect them or trying to find certain ones or just that, whatever.
Finding poachers.
Right, exactly right. And veering off into this whole thing with the Dumbledore versus Grindelwald thing, which is cool. We all want to see that, but they're not doing it. Like I said, they're dragging it out, and it's getting less and less every time it comes out. It's become diluted. Obviously, all the stuff with JK in real life is probably, I think, taking a toll on the fans, on the fan base, and the franchise. Speaking of that, I will say, to get into really quick, I know we're going to wrap it up, but I think that's probably why we saw a reduced role from Catherine Waterston in this movie, because
she let her have it.
This was 2 years ago. She said some stuff that's directly in conflict with what JK has been saying. And so
I'm surprised she was in it at all.
Exactly.
Me too.
It's too bad. Because it made no sense. And I said it, if you guys heard me in the theater, I said it right there. Like, it makes no sense that she's not here. in this story wise. It didn't make any sense. So
She's too busy.
that's
She's
so
too
bizarre.
busy.
Like her sister joined the bad guy, and
Yeah.
like she's whatever. But I think yes to both. I think there will be more at some point in some form, and I definitely do want to see. So
I may be the only naysayer. Yes, do I want more? I think the series is done after this one.
Wow.
I do. I really
All
do.
right, Brian, how about this? Do you think we'll see a film version of Cursed Child before we see another one of these?
No.
Really?
No, I say no too.
The Radcliffe doesn't want anything to do with it right now.
It
I
may
think they're
not
all
be.
done. I think they're all done.
They'll do it eventually.
They'll do it eventually, but not for at least another 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And it
Yeah.
won't
Might
be
be right.
Cursed Child. It'll be a fresh story, I think.
Oh, there's going to be a film.
Unless
version of
J.K. Rowling is like, no, we're doing Cursed Child, then whatever.
Cursed Child's good.
Whatever you
so-
want.
At least in my opinion. One last thing. Gordon dropped this. Nagini was not in it. I did not even realize that until this post
Who's
came
that?
out. Exactly.
Nagini from Crimes of Grindelwald, Credence's
She was
girl.
his snake.
Oh, wow.
The actress from Age of Ultron.
That's
yeah. She played
That's
Nagini,
interesting.
Voldemort's snake. She was on the good team. She was there in Hogwarts. Literally, the last shot of Crimes of Grindelwald, she was there.
Yep.
And
So maybe she slithered off somewhere. But yeah, that is going to do it for us. A fun little show. Got to talk about some, I almost said Moon Knight. Thor, Love and Thunder. What we all thought about Fantastic Beasts. Keith, you got challenged by Gio to watch Rush. So-
great. Good. Okay.
That is what you're going to be
Hell yeah.
watching.
Very excited.
But
Thank you.
yeah, check out Gio's review for Copland if you haven't already. But for Apocaflix movies, I'm Brian. Gio, Jake, Jacob, and Keith. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.